the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth, who never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youths will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They'll soar high on wings like eagles. They'll run and not grow weary. They'll walk and not faint.
Good morning. Have you ever been given a job to do that you felt like that it was just too big for you to do alone? I can remember as a kid, my dad was really good at finding jobs for me to do. And I can remember there wasn't a whole lot of downtime at our house. And if my dad ever felt like I was getting bored, he usually would find something for me to do. And I can remember as a kid at times thinking, man, this job is so big, there is no way that I can do this by myself. Now, during times like that, we need determination. And that's what we're going to be talking about this month. Determination is deciding it's worth it to finish what you started. In the book of Matthew, not long after Jesus' resurrection, Jesus gave the disciples a new job, a new mission, if you will. Jesus told his disciples to be teachers, and he wanted them to tell everyone about him. And here's what Jesus said in Matthew 28. He told his disciples, "So you must go and make disciples of all nations, baptize them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teach them to obey everything I have commanded you. And you can be sure that I am always with you to the very end." Now that's a big job, telling all nations about Jesus. The disciples were a small group of people. How would they be able to tell the whole world about what Jesus had done? And they must have wondered how they could possibly even begin this impossible mission. But Jesus promised the disciples that God would give them a gift that would help them accomplish their big mission of telling the world about him that we read about in Acts chapter 1, where Jesus said to them, "Do not leave Jerusalem, but wait for my gift that my Father has promised. You have heard me talk about it. John baptized with water, but in a few days you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit." And Jesus went on to tell them, "You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. Then you will tell people about me in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and you will even tell people about me from one end of the earth to the other." After Jesus told the disciples that they would soon have the help of the Holy Spirit, something amazing happened. Right before their very eyes, Jesus went back up into heaven. Jesus had given his followers what seemed to be an impossible job. He had told them to share his story and his love with every nation across the entire world. And the disciples really had no idea where to start. But Jesus promised that he would send a gift to help them. So they waited in Jerusalem for the Holy Spirit to come, and they trusted that God would give them exactly what they needed to begin their impossible mission. Now here's a really cool part about this. Jesus has given us the same mission that he gave his disciples. He wants us to tell others about him because we are all part of his big story. And we are continuing the work that the disciples began, and we know that God will help us even when it seems impossible. So here's what we need to remember as our bottom line reminds us. Keep going even when it seems impossible. And remember, the mission Jesus gave the disciples is also true for us today, to tell others about him. God called us to a big mission, and sometimes it can seem impossible, but we can remember that God is with us and his Spirit can empower us to accomplish this mission. Our memory verse this month is a great reminder about determination, and is found in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, and it says, "Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time we will gather a crop if we don't give up." That's determination. We can focus on the good results that will happen when we live God's way. And then we can start doing something good even when it seems impossible. God bless and have a great day.